me. Can't sleep cause I make you leave. You can't speak when you're next to me, texting me. You know that you're the best for me, testing me. I know you almost left to me. Boy, you better take it down with me. I ain't playing no hide and seek. When it's mine, what I find to keep. Spend the time like I know it ain't cheap. Boy, you better keep an eye on me. When I grow, I only grow. And time passes. Hey friend, and welcome to my channel. I'm Angelique. So today I'm coming to you with yet another new unit from the Outre Perfect Hairline collection. This one is in the style Atlas and it's in the color number 2. So here's what the stock card for her is looking like. This one is also going to be heat safe up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and on the inside of the stock card you are going to notice that they do show you what the cap construction for her is. And this one is going to be available in 8 special colors. So as far as taking it out of the box, you are going to get that pre-plucked hairline, and it is going to come with some baby hairs. As far as the inside of the cap construction, you are going to get that 13x6 lace parting space, and it is going to come with 2 combs in the front. You're also going to get a comb in the crown, and then you're going to get a comb in the back, as well as your adjustable straps and a pre-attached elastic band. And this one was made on a ventilated wig cap. So first I'm just going to go in with my Ebin lace tint spray and the color medium dark brown and start tinting that lace. And then here's what it's looking like after I'm done tinting that lace. And now I'm just going to slap this bad boy on the wig head and give you guys a 360 to show you what it's looking like. The length on this one is going to be 22 inches. It does list the texture as yaki, but just so you guys know, this is definitely going to be a silky girl. And then I'm just going to bring it in closer and show you guys how the hairline is looking like for her. Now, even though the hairline is not too bad, I just wanted to do a little bit more with it and just pluck that hairline out because I feel like I could make it look more realistic. Of course, if you're a beginner, this is going to be fine for you to just wear as is, but if you want to just put in some extra work and make it work for yourself, I would recommend going in and doing some plucking because it does make all the difference in the world. So when I start my plucking process, first I like to kind of start by making a part, going straight down the middle so that I know each side is going to be even. So I've parted it straight down the middle, and then I make sort of an M parting space for the front of the wig. And that's just going to be my guideline to show me where I'm going to start plucking. So as you can see, it kind of has an M shape, and what I'm doing is I'm plucking behind the area that I've parted out. Just because I don't want to create any crazy lines, I'm trying to create a gradual progression from thin to full, if that makes sense, so it can mimic your real hairline as much as possible. And I didn't go and show this entire process on camera because I didn't want this video to be crazy long. But as you can see, the process that I follow is I'm keeping that curvature intact, and then I'm just plucking out hair as I go. And you don't necessarily need to pluck the sides, but I am me and I'm trying to go a little bit above and beyond, so I am going all the way down. A lot of times you can't just pluck out the front of the unit and it will give you a realistic look, but if you just want to add that additional pop of natural realism, then you can go ahead and pluck on the sides as well, like I'm doing here. I'll part some hair out, then I'll pluck, part more hair out, then I'll pluck, part more hair out, then I pluck. It's just a very gradual process of going back and forth. If you want it to come out right, it's not something that's going to be done super quick and fast, but definitely the more that you work at it is the quicker that you can get with it for sure. And I absolutely do feel like it makes all the difference in the world when you go out and pluck the hairline, even if you're just doing a little bit. It just helps give it a little bit more uniqueness and a little bit more realism versus going with just the way that the initial hairline came. I was kind of a little bit disappointed, to be honest, when it came to the hairline on this one because I've tried a ridiculous amount of Outre Perfect Hairline units, and a lot of them are usually really good when it comes to the hairline, but you do have those few that do end up needing to be plucked. It's not a huge downside for me though, because I don't mind putting in that additional customization, especially because I feel like the result that you get in the long run is absolutely worth it. So as you can see, like I said, I follow that process of going back and forth, and when I kind of have it to a spot that I like it, I just comb all the hair back and see what that progress is looking like. And just for you guys' information, I didn't go too crazy when it came to this process. I didn't spend a ridiculous amount of time, but I want to say I spent maybe a good half an hour plucking it out just because I really wanted the look to appeal to myself. And I just wanted to kind of show you guys how it looks after I plucked it versus how it looks before I plucked it. So when I go in on the other side, I just went and followed the same process. Like I said, I didn't do both sides on camera just because I didn't want the video to be crazy long. And because once again I'm doing this as a baby hairless install, you can see that I'm just combing those baby hairs into the hairline, and that's also just going to give you an additional kind of feel for exactly what the hairline's looking like. And now I'm just going to go in with my Femme Silken Mist. This is a heat protectant and adds a natural shine and luster to the hair. I like to spritz this on the hair before I add any heat to it. And like I said, this one is going to be heat safe up to 400 degrees, so you don't have to worry about burning it. But I do always go in on a lower heat setting. And instead of using my hot comb for this, I'm just going in with my Revlon blow dryer, and I'm using this on the lowest heat setting just because I feel like it didn't need a ridiculous amount of heat. And this does give me pretty much the same effect as it would if I went in with a straightening comb. And now I'm just showing you guys a side-by-side comparison of how it looked before I plucked it versus how it looked after I plucked it. And like I said, it's nothing too crazy, it's nothing too over the top, but I feel like it's absolutely noticeable how it looks before versus how it looked after I put in the plucking. So I absolutely do feel like it was worth the work. So now I'm just gonna go in and start cutting that lace off. Typically what I do is first I go in with my embroidering scissors, which are these gold scissors right here, and I start cutting sections to make it easier for when I go in with my pinking shears because they are much larger. So once I cut the lace in sections like this, it just makes it much easier to maneuver the pinking shears. Today I'm going to be using my scalloped pinking shears. As you guys may know if you've seen some of my other videos, sometimes I use my scalloped pinking shears and sometimes I use my serrated pinking shears. And like I noted, because I've already cut the lace into manageable portions, this just makes it easier when I go in with the pinking shears and start cutting around the perimeter of the hairline. But like I said, it's easier to do it this way because these pinking shears are so big and bulky. It just makes it easier to maneuver cutting the lace away from the hairline when you've pre-cut the lace with your scissors ahead of time. So now as you can see, I'm just installing it on my head. And look at that, girl, it's already looking pretty good. You can see that white lace cast peeking through, but of course I'm gonna go and fix that as always. But as it is, y'all, look at this. She's looking cute. As far as the cap size on this one, you guys, it's definitely fitting my head nicely. I did go in though and adjust the adjustable straps as tight as they can go, just so I was able to wear it glueless. So if you're somebody who does have a small or medium-sized head, I think you'll absolutely be fine with wearing this one. And I feel like even if you do have a head that's on the larger side, you should be okay to wear this one because the cap does have stretch to it. And like I said, I did go in and adjust the adjustable straps as tight as they can go. My head is about 22 to 22.5 inches in circumference for reference. So now I'm just gonna go in with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation, which is a liquid foundation, and then I'm just gonna start adding that onto my makeup sponge and then going around the perimeter of that lace and just blending that in. This is one of the products that I tend to use. I like to kind of double dip, so I'll use the liquid foundation, and then if I see any more of that white lace cast peeking through, then I tend to go in with my Juvia The Warrior 2 palette. Now I'm going in with my The Warrior 2 palette by Juvia's, and I like to blend these two colors, which are Yoda and Kufuru. Like I said, I'll do this if I notice a little bit of that lace is not blended the way that I want it to be blended. This just helps give that additional melt. As far as the density on this unit, you guys, this density is going to be more on the natural side. It's not super full, but it's not super thin either. I want to say the density is between 130% to 150%. So if you like medium density hair, I think this one could be for you. And I don't want to say that this unit is entirely silky because it does have a bit of texture to it. It has like a slight yucky, if that makes sense, but all throughout I want to say it's leaning more towards silky, but it definitely does have a yucky aspect to it. And then I'm going in with my brush and getting rid of any humpiness I may see and just trying to comb out those curls so they don't look too perfect. I did get some tangling, I did get some shedding, but nothing too crazy. And then I'm just showing you guys what this is looking like. So of course, since this is a 13x6 unit, I am gonna just go in and show you guys the various styling options that you can come up with. So let me just jump right into the cons and the pros of this unit. My only con is probably just going to be I wish the hairline came more plucked out so that I didn't have to put in that additional work. But as far as the texture, I can't necessarily say that there's a con because I know some girls out there do like the silkier hair, so that's just my own personal preference. I wish the hair was more on the yucky side. But as far as my pros on it, I feel like the look is beautiful. I like the length, the density is nice. The fact that you do get that 13x6 parting space and you do have the option of baby hairs if you want to use them. And I absolutely do love the fact that I was able to wear this one glueless. So I do think if you pick this one up, you won't be disappointed. This is definitely going to be a good one to snag if you're looking for this specific type of look. Would I pick it up again? Probably not, but that's specifically because I like my units more yucky. So that's pretty much all I have to say about this unit. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If it was, make sure you give me a like. Give me a subscribe, comment down below any units you want to pick up in any of the colors, honey. And until then, I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.